Students, now we'll discuss the structure of an ovum and a sperm. Clear? So first of all, ovum. So here you can see the structure of an ovum. Now ovum, or we can say oocyte. So ovum along with the egg membrane is called egg. Clear? So what is egg? Ovum or oocyte with the membrane is known as egg. Now here we can see that human ovum contains two membranes. It consists of two membranes. Now what are these two membranes? The first membrane, we are going from inside to outside. The first membrane is zona pellucida. So just see here, the first membrane from inside is zona pellucida. And the second one is corona radiata. So this one is corona radiata. Clear? So just remember that human ovum, it contains two membranes. It consists of two membranes. The inner one is zona pellucida and the outer one is corona radiata. Now zona pellucida, it is not written in detail in your NCERT, but you should know that zona pellucida, it is a primary membrane. It is primary membrane. So which membrane is primary? Those membranes are primary which is formed by the ovum. So this membrane, zona pellucida, is our primary membrane and it is called primary because it is formed by the ovum itself. Clear? And the second membrane, which is outer membrane, that is corona radiata, which I have shown with green color. This is the secondary membrane because this membrane is not formed by the ovum, it is formed by your ovary. So that's why it is called as secondary membrane. Now here we can see the cells of the corona radiata. In between there is present an acid and that acid is hyaluronic acid. It acts as a cementing agent. Clear? So the second membrane is corona radiata. It is secondary membrane because it is not produced by the ovum. It is produced by the ovary. In between the cells of corona radiata there is present the hyaluronic acid, which acts as cementing material. Clear? So again just see here, this is the structure of ovum. When it comes to draw the structure of ovum, you have to draw ovum. Then with the red color I have shown a space and that space is known as perivitelline space. It is the space between the plasma membrane of the ovum and the zona pellucida. So the membrane, the space between the plasma membrane of the ovum and the zona pellucida, it is known as perivitelline space. It is not membrane, it is perivitelline space. Clear? So here I have shown perivitelline space. Then second, here inner membrane is your zona pellucida and outer to zona pellucida is corona radiata. Clear? So there are two membranes. First is zona pellucida, which is primary membrane. It is called primary membrane because it is produced by the ovum itself. Clear? After that, the second membrane is corona radiata. It is our secondary membrane because it is produced by the ovary and not by the ovum. The cells of corona radiata, and in between there is present hyaluronic acid. Clear? So this is the structure of an ovum. Second, we can see the structure of human sperm, and my dear student, it is very important diagram. Either in your board exam they can ask you to draw the structure of human sperm, and many times I have seen this question. Clear? So you have to draw the structure of the human sperm. It is given in your NCERT. Second, they can also ask the function of different parts. So we will see the functions of different parts also. So this is the structure of human sperm. Sperm is also known as spermatozoa. Clear? Here we can see that the human sperm is divided into four different parts. Now what are those four different parts? First, here you can see head, second neck, third is middle piece, and the fourth part is tail. Tail is the longest part of the sperm. Do remember, tail is the longest part. So human sperm can be divided into four parts: head, neck, middle piece and tail. Now just see here, this is the head. The head consists of, here you can see at the tip acrosome is present. Clear? The whole sperm is covered by plasma membrane. Sperm is also a cell. Clear? So it is covered by plasma membrane. Here you can see at the tip is present acrosome. The head, at the tip of the head is present acrosome. Now this acrosome is very important. Just remember, it contains enzymes for fertilization. Clear? So when they will ask what is the function of the head, so you can write that the head, it contains acrosome, and acrosome contains the enzymes which is required for fertilization. Clear? Second thing, in head, what is present? Nucleus is present. Now this nucleus is elongated. Here you can see it is elongated, it is compact, and it is haploid because it is formed after meiosis, so it is haploid. Remember, ovum is also haploid and your sperm is also haploid. Clear? And it contains, the nucleus contains the genetic material. So head के function आप याद रखेंगे. हेड में दो चीज याद रखेंगे. पहला है टिप में एक्रोसोम प्रेजेंट है. सेकेंड थिंग, जो एक्रोसोम है इसमें क्या प्रेजेंट है? एंजाइम्स प्रेजेंट है विच इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर फर्टिलाइजेशन. नेक्स्ट नीचे आप देखेंगे हेड में ही क्या प्रेजेंट है? न्यूक्लियस प्रेजेंट है. ये न्यूक्लियस कैसा है? इलोंगेटेड है, कॉम्पैक्ट है और हैप्लॉइड है. ठीक है? देयर आर 23 क्रोमोसोम्स. आफ्टर हेड यू कैन सी दिस पोर्शन इज नोन एज नेक. बिटवीन द हेड एंड द मिडिल पीस इज प्रेजेंट द नेक. अब नेक में क्या प्रेजेंट है? नेक में सेंट्रियोल्स प्रेजेंट है. क्लियर? What is present? Centriole. This is the proximal centriole and this is the distal centriole. Clear? NCERT में शायद डिटेल में नहीं दिया है पर आपको याद होना चाहिए बेटा. नेक में क्या प्रेजेंट है? सेंट्रियोल प्रेजेंट है, proximal centriole and distal centriole. Now what is the function of proximal centriole? बेटा जो ओवम होता है, ओवम में ध्यान देंगे आगे चल के जब फर्टिलाइजेशन होगा तो क्लीवेज होगा उसके आगे चल के. So this proximal centriole, it helps in the cleavage of zygote. Zygote में जो cleavage होता है that is because of proximal centriole. Clear? तो neck में present है proximal centriole and distal centriole. Proximal centriole is required for cleavage of zygote. Clear? And this distal centriole, it helps in the formation of axial filament, and the axial filaments, it passes through the middle piece and it passes through the tail. Clear? So proximal centriole and distal centriole. Proximal centriole, it helps in the cleavage of zygote, and distal centriole, it helps in the formation of axial filament. After this we can see the third part is middle piece, and this middle piece contains mitochondria. It contains numerous mitochondria, and we know this mitochondria is required for energy. Clear? So mitochondria, it gives energy for the movement of the tail, because the sperm has to swim, it has to move, it requires energy, and this energy is provided by mitochondria. So middle piece, it contains numerous mitochondria, and this mitochondria provides energy for the movement of the tail. And the fourth part is tail. As I already told you that it is the longest part, and it helps, the movement of the tail helps in the motility of the sperm. If there is no movement of the tail or there is no tail formation, what will happen? The sperm is not capable of fertilization. So for the motility of the sperm, what is needed? Movement of tail is required. So movement of tail facilitates the motility of sperm, which is essential for the fertilization. Clear? So what you have to do, you have to draw these two diagrams. They are very important, and this structure of the sperm is very important, and it can be asked in your exams. Thank you.